Good morning. We're doing abdominal work today, so if you have any back problems, I'll do some modifications. But in the meantime, what you're going to need is a belt at some point, perhaps something to sit on, but that's about it really. It's quite minimal today. So we'll make a start just by sitting first, as we usually do at the beginning of the class. So we'll have the shin bones crossed at the centre, if possible. Otherwise, you can sit on a chair or something like that. And let me just get my screen a bit bigger. Sorry, mouse is very sensitive. There we are. Okay, so I should be spotlit for everyone now. Okay, so yeah, so sit on something that helps you to sit up, and then bring the hands beside you, roll your shoulders back, and bring your palms together in front of the chest, and just close the eyes for a moment or two. So we bring ourselves into the yoga space, let's say, into that quiet space. And very good to close the eyes from the screen as well, to rest the eyes. And feel the softness of the eyes as you watch your breath, watch your posture. But with the eyes closed, there's that softness around the eyes and that quietness and composure inside. And then on an exhalation, release the head down towards the hands. Release the hands down onto the thighs and raise the head, open the eyes. Okay, so what we'll do first, we're going to lie down in a moment. And as I say, you're going to need a belt or something that you can put around your foot. So it could be a towel, it could be a dressing gown tie or something like that. But we're going to lie down and make sure you roll down in a straight line with the legs bent. Then move the buttock flesh away and stretch out the legs. If possible, in a moment, you're going to stretch the arms over, all right? So just make a bit of space so that you can, first of all, stretch the arms fully. That's it. And then keep the palms facing the ceiling and stretch all the way from the fingertips to the heels. All the way from the fingertips to the heels, so you feel the whole length of your body. And because we're working a little bit more on abdominals today, feel the stretch of your tummy muscles and the skin as you stretch the arms and legs away from each other. Okay, and then bring the arms back and relax the arms. Get your belt ready. You're going to bend your right leg. You got a belt there? Yes. Or something. You're going to bend your right leg and put the belt around your foot, your right foot, and take the leg up. And try and have whatever you've got there around the centre of the arch of the foot, and stretch that leg up nice and tall. Now, although this is leg extension, there is a slight contraction in the right side of the abdomen when you take the right leg up. So we're sort of preparing the abdominal muscles through the extension of the legs. Keep the shoulders tucked away from your neck and spread your toes. Spread your toes on your right foot, spread your toes on your left foot, and keep on extending the legs away from one another. Yes, you don't have to bring the leg too high, you just have to feel that the back of the knee is nice and open and the left leg is extending as well. Shoulders down to the floor and chest lifting. Okay, and then release that leg down, join the legs together. And you might find that one leg feels a bit longer than the other now. Okay, so again, take the left knee towards you, bring the belt around the left foot, and then stretch that left leg up. Keep your right heel extending away. Lift the arch of the left foot towards the ceiling, and then you'll observe there's a little tiny contraction of the left side of your abdominal wall. Press the back of the right knee down to the floor and extend the left leg up towards the ceiling. Shoulders down, chest open. Eyes open as well, actually. So you look at your foot and try and spread all the toes. Okay, and then bring that leg down. And once more, extend the arms over. Extend the heels in the opposite direction. That's it. Get longer and longer, really stretch those tummy muscles. So when you extend the abdomen, Also feel as if the abdomen moves slightly towards the floor, but you're not trying to press your lower back down into the floor. It's just a sort of position of the abdomen is towards the floor and towards the chest. Okay, and then bring the arms back up. And then we'll turn to our sides and come up and stand up. And if you can find something, now this might be a bit tricky, but you can get a chair or you can use the edge of the sofa. Find something to put your foot on, because what we're going to do, sorry about the noise, we're going to do that same pose standing up. So it could be a chair, it could be a table, and you bend your right leg and bring the belt around the foot and extend the leg towards whatever you've got there, okay? Now, it doesn't have to be too high. Yes, it can be level with your hip, but make sure that whatever height you've got, you can keep both legs straight and that your left toes point directly forwards. Okay, so I've got my right leg up, I've got the belt around the arch of the foot. That's it, and then my left toes are pointing straight forwards. And then lift the sides of your chest up. And again, there's a very slight contraction to the right side of the abdomen. But the two sides of the abdomen should feel like they lift. Yes, and press the top of your left thigh back. Roll your shoulders back. Sternum bone lifting, chest lifting. And then change legs. So you start with your legs together. Bend your left knee towards your chest. Hook the belt under the foot. And then take that left leg up. Top of the right thigh pressing back. Shoulders back, sternum bone lifting. That's it. Feel that slight contraction on the left side of the abdomen. And then release that leg down and come out. Okay, so let's move the chair away. So we're coming down to the floor again. And I just need to show you a couple of alternatives here because we're going to be taking the legs up like this, right? So this may be difficult for some people. It may be not possible yet because of lower back problems. So you can use the belt around the feet. Okay, that's one option. The other option, if you can't manage that, is to just bring the knees to the chest and stretch the arms over. Okay, because that's still an abdominal contraction. If you're on a very heavy flow on menstruation, then you just keep your legs bent or just keep holding the belt. Don't overwork your abdomen when you're menstruating. And if you have got a lower back issue, just work on with this bent leg version. Okay. If you can though, stretch the legs up and we're going to hold it for a minute. So either with or without the belt. Either with or without the belt. And if you find it really difficult, you could hold the sides of your mat with your arms, or you could hold underneath the sofa or hold underneath a cupboard or something like that, and really squeeze your legs together and push your heels up. Yes, watch out the ones with the lower back problems. Don't overdo, but just do enough so you can feel the extension of the legs. And now the abdominal muscles, they get a little harder, but try not to puff them up. See if you can still feel as if they're lengthening towards the chest because of the extension of your arms. Yes. Did I say a minute or did I mean half an hour? So have 10 more seconds. Really squeeze the legs, but relax your jaw. Don't push your teeth together. Push the heel bones up more and more and more. And now bend the knees. Hug the knees towards your chest. Have a little rock from side to side. Okay, now we're going to do that once more, but this time we're adding something. Okay, gets progressively worse or harder. So this time when we take the legs up to vertical, I'm going to ask you to bring the legs down as straight as you can and as slowly as you can towards the floor. And the trick for this is that the legs move in one direction and the abdomen moves in the other, like so. And you try and get the back of the thigh down first and then the heels last. And at any point, if your back starts to feel too compressed, just bend the knees, okay? So stretch the legs up straight. Take a deep, deep breath in. Push the heel bones up. As you breathe out, extend the legs down. Extend the legs down, but try and push the heels as far, far, far away as you can. So you only extend the backs of the legs to the heels. That's it. And you try and get the thighs to come down first before the calves or the heels. Well done. And then bend the knees to the chest. And if you want to have another go, have another go. If you just want to do the one, that's absolutely fine. But repetition is always helpful. So stretch those heels up, broaden the roots of the toes. Deep breath in. As you breathe out, extend the backs of the legs into the heels. Try and get the backs of the thighs down, then the calves, and then the heels lightly down towards the floor. Well done. And then bring your knees towards your chest. I hope you haven't eaten anything before this session. It's working on those abdominals. Okay. Now, I'm going to give you an option here. Again, you can repeat that one. You can go back to the first one. The option is that we come up from the floor this time, and this is a little harder because we've got to get the momentum, and to get the momentum we have to get the extension from the top of the leg to the heels and from the armpit to the wrists. So the legs move away and then you come up this way. Okay, you can either then bend the knees to the chest, or if you want the double experience, you bring the legs down straight and then you repeat that about another 3 or 4 times. Okay, so see if you can manage to bring the legs up from the floor this time. Stretch out the legs, push into the heels, extend the arms over. Deep breath in. As you breathe out, lift the legs up. And then on an exhalation, deep breath in. As you breathe out, bring the legs down. Just be careful not to throw your back around. So when you bring the legs up, don't sort of jerk the body. It has to be a long, smooth extension. So see if you can get those legs straighter, Linda. Yes, push the heels. That's it. Push, 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 push. Well done. And then come down. And of course, if you're watching the recording, you can do this as many times as you like. But see if you can go slowly with the breath. So you inhale as you come up, you exhale as you go down. And then once you've finished a few rounds, we sometimes do like 7 or 9 rounds in a class. Once you finish, you can bend your knees to your chest and just soothe that lower back, soothe the abdominal muscles. And then once again, roll to the side and come up from the side. Okay. So we're going to sit up in this pose which we call Dandasana. So it's an L-shaped pose between the body and the legs. So if you think about it, we've just laid down on our back with our legs in the air. This is exactly the same shape. So there is a slight abdominal contraction in order to get the trunk to lift, because we have to use our back muscles. Back muscles and abdominal muscles, they move towards each other to support the lift of the spine. So think of that, and then we're going to take the arms up. Now, what you can do, however, here, is sit on a lift to make it slightly easier. That helps to move the sacrum forwards, which helps to lift the front hip bone. So if you want to sit on a lift, do, and that might help you. Get your legs extended out. Join the inner legs, stretch into your inner heels, and then see if you can bring your arms forwards and up and stretch up. And lift up as tall as you can. That's it. And feel as if the 2 front hip bones, let me show from the front. So here's the 2 front hip bones here. And imagine you've got 2 pillars coming up from your front hip bones towards the bottom of the breast area, and then up even further towards the collarbone. So as you lift your arms up, you're lifting those 2 pillars up. Okay? All right, and then bring the arms down. That's it, Linda, good. Yes, well done. Just bring your arms down. Don't do a forward bend yet. We're just going to stay seated up. And let's just do that once more. If you hook your thumbs, it will help you to lift up more. So stretch up, feel the tummy muscles lifting, 2 pillars lifting. But try not to let your back drop. So that's why we sometimes use the lift, because we don't want this action. So see if you can move the sacrum forwards and lift the body up. Okay, and then bring the arms down. All right, so we need to come off our lift because we're going to do a pose called boat pose, which you might have seen before. So this is boat pose. Okay, but it has many components to it to start off with. So first of all, what we're going to do is take back our belt. Yes, we'll take back the belt and put it around the feet. That's it, yeah, or a towel or whatever you've got there. And then bend your legs until your knees come towards your chest or your thighs towards your abdomen, and your hands are a bit closer towards your feet. So you straighten the arms and walk them along, yeah. Keep drawing the heels back so the knees are towards your chest, and lift your body up. Yes, so imagine that you've got a sort of, there's something behind you like a pole, and it's moving into your upper back. So you've got to lift your upper back up, and then see if you can just hover your feet off the floor. Don't rock backwards, by the way. Yeah, make sure you're not near a wall, because if you fall backwards, you might hit your head, so just be careful. And then see if you can get your shin bones parallel to the floor, but still keep your thighs lifting towards your chest. That's it. Yes, squeeze your knees together. Keep your legs nice and bent. Try not to rock back too much. And then come down and stretch out your legs. So again, that stage, all of that is part of stage 1. So even if you can only just get your, if you can get this part, this is a part of the stage. If you can only just get your heels off the floor, that's absolutely fine. And this part is fine too. So wherever you can manage. So just try that again and come to wherever you can in that. But try not to let your body rock backwards. Not easy. That's it. Okay, and then see if you can slide your hands along the belt, but see if you can push your feet away so that your legs are straightening, but still keep the chest lifting. That's it. Yeah, good. Well done. Lift your chest, look up over your toes, and then come down and release. All right. So let's get rid of the belt, and we'll put the hands behind the thighs now. And you might find this a little easier in a way, because now you're holding the heavier part of the leg behind the backs of the knees. So just put your hands behind the backs of your knees and see if you can rock back a little bit on the sacrum, lift the feet off the floor, and just explore where you can go to with this. Can you straighten the legs? Can you just lift your back? Can you push the thighs away and straighten, extend into the heels? What can you manage? And anything is good. Anything will be contracting the abdomen, lifting the chest. Okay, and then come down and release. What a relief. Hands down. I know, it's tough work, isn't it? Hands down, lift the chest. Okay. So that's the starting point for boat pose, but there's also a pose called half boat pose. And half boat pose uses the top of the abdominal muscles. So these ones use the 2 pillars, okay? And then you've got the muscles going across the top of the abdomen. So this one is slightly different. It's easier to balance in because you don't have to lift up from the floor quite so much, but it's a little harder on the abdomen. So I'll show you. The fingers go behind the head, interlocked like this. And then we go back quite far, and the legs sort of come with you. And then you see if you can lift the legs, but don't worry if you can't, but see if you can lift the legs. So you're literally just hovering off the floor, and then you come back and lift up, okay? So if you interlock the fingers, put them behind the head, lift your spine up, lift your chest up, legs straight, push into the heels, and then just lean back. The legs will probably follow you. That's it. Lean back as far as you can, about 30 degrees probably. Yes, I know it's hard. And then see if you can let your heels come off the floor without going backwards. That's it. Good. Well done. Yes. See, if you're falling over, it means you're trying. Okay, and then come back up and just do that one more time. And then I'll show you a different way to do it. So you lean back, but keep your chest lifting. Try and look up towards the ceiling as you lie back so that you don't end up dropping your head into your chest. That's it. And put the hands behind the head, not the neck. Hands behind the skull, not the neck. That's it. Okay, and then up you come. Now, if you have a look here, that's it, Linda. Yeah, you're getting it. So if I come down to the floor, And I'm always the worst person in sit-up classes because this isn't a sit-up. So don't think you've got to get all the way up. All you've got to do here is just lift and peel yourself up from the floor as if you're trying to get your shoulder blades, diaphragm off the floor. Then you come down and you just try and look at your toes as you come up. Then you'll get the feeling of what's supposed to be happening in the abdomen, but you haven't got to worry about the balance, okay? So interlock your fingers behind your skull, stretch your legs out, stretch your heels. Deep breath in. As you breathe out, peel yourself up from the floor. Don't think of doing a sit-up. It's not really a sit-up. It's more that you're really working on gripping the very top of the abdomen and then come down and release and do one more of those. Inhale. As you exhale, peel yourself up from the floor. And then come all the way down and release. Bend your knees onto your chest and squeeze your knees. We'll hold behind the knees, anybody with knee problems. Take a few breaths. Okay, and then you can roll to your side and come up and sit up. So one of the other ways you can do that boat pose is to put your feet up on something and your hands behind you, and then you work towards one day stretching the arms forward. So if you go back to whatever you've got there, like a sofa or a chair, you can also use your belt, that's really helpful, or even just the wall, yeah, stool or something like that, and bring your feet up onto your lift. Okay, so you've got to sit upright to do this, Linda. We're not lying down, I'm afraid. Nice try, nice try. We'll lie down in a minute. That's it. So I've got my body upright and my heels are up on the wall. And then I've got my belt around my feet, or you can just hold around the backs of the knees. It's slightly easier with the belt around the feet because you can pull on that belt and lift your chest up. And then the idea is to make a bigger angle. So you just slide your hands back and lean back slightly to make it's a 90-degree angle between the body and the legs. So it's like an upside down V, and really try and lift your lower back away from the floor, shoulders back, chest up, chin up. That's it, well done. Okay, and then you can bend the knees, bring the feet down and relax. So to move out from those abdominal poses, we need to do something like a twist so that we massage the abdominal area. So what we're going to do, a very simple twist, and that is with the legs extended forwards. So if you sit up on a little blanket or something like that, or a foam block will do, and we'll keep it up with that theme of extension of the abdominal wall, and then we'll turn towards the right. So bring the left arm across the outer right thigh and turn towards the right side. The right arm is behind. Turn the head and look over the right shoulder and feel as if you're massaging those abdominal muscles as you turn. And then come back to the front. Inhale, raise the arms up, stretch up. Exhale, go to the left. Again, there's a massage effect on the abdominal muscles as well as a lengthening. Come back to the front. Now take the legs wider, as wide as you can manage. But try not to get cramp. If you get cramp, it's because you've taken the legs too wide for the hips to manage. So just bring the legs in a little bit. And once again, we're going to go up with the arms, inhale, and then turn this time just towards that straight leg, that right leg. Bit more of an open twist now. Keeping the thighs down, keeping the legs extended. And then back to the front. Once more, inhale, lift up. Exhale, turn. All the way around to the left side. Feel that lovely squeezing of the abdominal area. But also, now it's also in the lower back region as well. And then come back to the front and bring your legs into cross leg position. Final movement, final twist. If you can't do cross leg, just stay with the feet apart, legs extended, and then turn towards your right. One more time. Another lovely abdominal squeeze. It's really good for the digestion. Really good for constipation. Also any tiredness in the lower back. It's almost like you're massaging those areas. And then back to the front and go the other way. To the left. And then come back to the front. All right, so what I want you to have today was something heavy for the abdomen, because when we lie down, let me show you, I've actually got a sandbag weight here, but I expect you've probably got things like books or blocks or bolster maybe. Oops. These are all going to fall down in a minute, I can see it. So when you lie down for Shavasana this time, and you've got your blanket for your head, because we've done abdominal work, put something heavy over the abdomen. So when you stretch your legs out and you move that down, so it's over the pelvis and the abdomen, whatever you've got, get the dog to sit on your abdomen or something, and then release the arms out to the side, relax your legs, and just completely relax the abdomen area into the floor. And take a few deep breaths so that you initiate the Shavasana, the relaxation, by exhaling the body into the floor. By letting go of all of that contraction and action and creating that feeling of surrender in your Shavasana. And take long, smooth inhalations, long, smooth exhalations until the breath kind of settles into its own rhythm. And then just let the breath flow naturally through the nose. If your mind gets distracted or you feel fidgety, try and focus on either the way the body's feeling. Focus on this moment, right here, right now. Not on the past, not on the future, just now. Or focus on the natural rhythm of your breath, as if you're observing yourself from above. So that you become the observer of your thoughts rather than the participant, and that way the mind quietens. The chatter quietens, and there's a much more peaceful aspect to your Shavasana relaxation. And then you can stay in your Shavasana for as long as you wish to. And I look forward to seeing you next time. Have a lovely day. Bye for now.